from the moment you enter the court. We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you could make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and young athletes who can translate those skills to officiating.
So much of officiating is not necessarily what you do on the court. It's how you conduct business off the court as well. Being an official, sure, it's not easy.
And if it wasn't for those difficulties, I don't think I would be where I'm at, because it helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Broadcasting live from North Mountain Park in beautiful Ashland, Oregon, this is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. My name is Jonathan Kerman. The man behind the lens is Caleb Franklin, and we've got a Rogue Valley rivalry on tap for you folks this evening as the South Medford Panthers technically host the Ashland Grizzlies, despite the fact that we're playing in Ashland. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Medford School District and our participating community business partners. Joe Brett is the executive producer for tonight's event. Our head coaches this evening, Nick Hall for Ashland in the Reds, and for South Medford, Josh Moody in the blue and blacks there at home plate exchanging the lineup cards. We'll get those to you right after this quick commercial break when we step into the Bills Glass Coaches Corner. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and there.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back to North Mountain Park. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. Time now for the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Bills Glass. Bills Glass is the clear choice and industry leader in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run, Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. When you hear that crash, think Bills Glass. We'll take a look first at the visiting team, technically the Ashland Grizzlies. They are 15-4 overall with a 10-2 record in the 5A Midwestern League. They are coached by Nick Hall, assisted by Mickey Merrill and Corey Schrader. Into the coach's corner for the home team, the South Medford Panthers. They are 18-3 overall with a 10-3 record in the 6A Southwest Conference, coached by Josh Moody, assistant coaches Scott Carl, Eric Lund, and Dan Herndon. This broadcast would not be possible without the support of all of our amazing local sponsors, including our title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstore Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler on Highway 62. Stop by or visit lithiasuperstore.com for your next ride. This broadcast is also brought to you by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 convenient locations for all of your wireless needs. We'll step away for another quick break. When we come back, first pitch between the Ashland Grizzlies and the South Medford Panthers. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on Table Rock Sports.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind, or discovering a place that feeds your hunger, where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore? So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team. I just want to play. But not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Welcome to North Mountain Park in Ashland, Oregon. The Ashland Grizzlies stepping into the batter's box to take on the South Medford Panthers in the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon. The first pitch from starting pitcher Kyle Cope misses for ball 1. Time of first pitch 4:28 p.m. Keller Bloodworth is in the batter's box for the Grizzlies, and he's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. And Cope misses high for ball 3. The 3-0 from Cope. That will find the zone. Catching Kyle Cope this afternoon is Caleb Long. Carson Joe is at third, Jace Miller at short, Cam Sewell at second, and Tanner Douglas at first for the South Medford Panthers. That pitch is popped up high in the infield in foul territory. Caleb Long, the catcher, under it to make the grab for the first down. In the outfield for South, in left is Jake Mason, in center Tosh Stumpenhaus, and in right is Eli Havey. Stepping into the batter's box now for Ashland is the catcher, Elam Wright. The batting order for the Grizzlies, you just saw Bloodworth pop out in foul territory. Now here's Elam Wright. He'll be followed by Ashland's starting pitcher, Jackson Rosenthal. Cope misses high on the fastball for ball 1. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Jackson Kemper, followed by Trip Rep, Mateo Moore, Cooper Rathburn, Sean Thompson, and Ben Bleicher. Hot shot, ground ball left side, backhanded by Sewell. The throw to first is in time. What a play from the South Medford shortstop. And we've got 2 down in the first. So 2 down, nobody on for Jackson Rosenthal. Hard hit, ground ball, scooped up by Sewell, the second baseman, onto first, and the Panthers have a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. To the home half we go, no score. from North Mountain Park. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
Friends and family gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back to Ashland, Oregon. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. Home half of the first inning, and in fact, it is the South Medford Panthers who are technically the home team this evening. Sat down the Grizzlies 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Warming up on the mound, well, there are the South Medford Panthers. Leading off, it'll be Cam Sewell, followed by Jace Miller, and then Tanner Douglas. Then Eli Havey, Caleb Long, Carson Joe, Tosh Stumpenhaus, Jake Mason, and Kyle Cope. The batting order for the South Medford Panthers. Warming up on the mound for the Ashland Grizzlies is right-hander Jackson Robertson. Jackson Rosenthal, correction. A sophomore getting the start today. Cam Sewell in the box to get things started. Breaking ball from Rosenthal. Count evens 1-1. Sewell sends it high into the air in shallow left foul territory. It's the shortstop coming over to make the grab for Ashland. That's Keller Bloodworth. And we have one away. And up comes the South Medford shortstop, Jace Miller, who made an incredible play in the top of the first inning. We have a moment. We'll give it to you. And the pitch from Cope. And the ground ball, beautiful backhand, and then across the diamond, the accurate throw. An impressive play from Miller, who puts the ball into play and grounds it to the Ashland shortstop. Bloodworth's throw on a bounce, but picked up and held on by the first baseman, Cooper Rathburn. And just like that, 2 down in the home half of the first. Base is empty for the South Medford first baseman, Tanner Douglas. Rosenthal comes back. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Panthers' first baseman. Just missed. And the count moves to 3-1. Driven to left. On his horse is Blecker. And he makes the catch a few feet in front of the wall. Ben Blecker. Nicely done. That will bring an end to the home half of the first. To the second we go, no score. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on Table Rock Sports.
Even a few days to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s or test drive a new 2022 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Ram Truck Month, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
No action on the base paths, but 2 amazing defensive plays in the field for both teams in the first inning, so we head to the second. Still no score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. This broadcast would not be possible without the support of all of our amazing local sponsors, including our title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstore Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Stop by on Highway 62 or visit lithiasuperstore.com for your next ride. Jackson Kemper, Trip Rep, and Mateo Moore, the 3 due up for Ashland. Cope able to deliver a first pitch strike. Half-hearted swing, but he went around, said the home plate umpire. Cope kicks, fires, and misses high. One ball, 2 strikes on Jackson Kemper, leading it off for Ashland in the second. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Excellent pitch from Cope. 1 away. Make sure a visit to Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill on the banks of the Rogue River is included in your next trip to Grants Pass. First-class food and service awaits you. It's the gem of the Thomason Hospitality Group, Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill. 1 out, nobody on for Trip Rep. Watches the first pitch from Cope miss outside. A gorgeous backdrop for this baseball game. The Siskiyou Mountain Range off in the distance. Cope blows the fastball by Rep. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball misses high. count moves to 3-1. Rep comes up empty and the count runs full. And the first base runner of the day belongs to Ashland as Trip Rep earns the one-out walk. Up now, the left-handed hitting DH, Mateo Moore. Pickoff throw to first. Rep is back. Pop back and out of play. Another good pickoff move from Cope, but Rep able to get back in safely. Pop foul, left side, Carson Joe, Jace Miller, and the left fielder Jake Mason all giving chase. No one comes up with it. And the at-bat continues. Mateo Moore at the plate. Trip Rep walked. He's at first. Rep takes off. Ground ball to the second baseman. Sewell will fire to first, but the hit and run put on by the Grizzlies able to prevent the double play opportunity. And so now a runner in scoring position and two down for Cooper Rathburn. Cope challenging Rathburn with the fastball. Cope won that battle. No balls and 1 strike the count with Trip Rep at second base for the Grizzlies. Cope able to catch the bottom half of the zone and get ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball in the dirt, and it gets by the catcher, Caleb Long. Rep will take the extra 90 feet, excuse me. And that will retire the side. Cope picks up his second strikeout of the inning and leaves a runner stranded. To the home half of the second we go, no score. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on Table Rock Sports.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform? Thirsty for change? Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win. Yes! Yes! Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Anything I'm saying something wrong, just yell at me, please. Yeah, that's right. Bottom of the second inning from North Mountain Park. Thanks for joining us here on Table Rock Sports as we continue to bring you live coverage of high school athletics from around the state of Oregon, absolutely free and in HD on any device. Still no score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Eli Havey, Caleb Long, and Carson Joe, the 3 due up for South. First pitch from Rosenthal, a ground ball to the second baseman, scooped up by Freeman Roundtree. Quickly over to first in time to retire the hustling Havey. The defensive alignment behind Jackson Rosenthal. Catching him is Elam Wright. At third is Jackson Kemper. At shortstop, Keller Bloodworth. At second base is Freeman Roundtree, and at first is Cooper Rathburn. In the outfield, in left is Ben Bleicher, in center, Trip Rep, and in right is Sean Thompson. Caleb Long, not fooled on the first offering from Rosenthal. The sophomore set on the mound, the 1-0. So Long ahead in the count now. Just high. 3 balls and no strikes. That's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued to Caleb Long. South Medford has their first base runner of the contest. And up comes Carson Joe. Today's action is brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Spring and Summer Recreation Guide is available now with sports leagues and activities to sign up for. Visit playmedford.com or call 541-774-2400 to learn more. Joe turns away from a pitch up and in. It gets by the catcher, Elam Wright. And heads up base running for Caleb Long, able to take second on the wild pitch. So both teams now with a walk, with a one-out walk, in fact, and then that runner has made it to scoring position. Breaking ball from Rosenthal in the dirt. South was able to leave Ashland's runner, Trip Rep, stranded at third base back in the second. Carson Joe trying to write a new script, and he'll take on the upper outside corner. Today's game is brought to you in part by Schlesinger de Villeneuve Attorneys, with practices throughout Southern Oregon, and by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful and civil behavior at youth sporting events. After a conversation between Wright and Rosenthal, they'll make a courtesy throw back to second base. There's a courtesy runner in for the catcher, Caleb Long. That is Gannon Jones out at second base, courtesy running for Eli Havey. Excuse me, for Caleb Long, rather. Joe takes low. Three balls and one strike. The count for the Panthers' third baseman. Rosenthal set and comes home. That was eye high all the way. Second walk issued by Rosenthal this inning. 2 aboard and 1 out for the South center fielder, Tosh Stupenhaus. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. We'll hear a special word from them now and be back right after this.
365 is here to fuel all of your daily adventures. You'll find just what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chicken. Wherever your next adventure takes you, from the mountains to the coast. And our Peak Rewards app is here to help you save money on fuel. Save at least 16 cents a gallon so you can travel further on your adventures for less. Daily adventures are just better with Pinnacle 365.
Conversation on the mound is over. Tosh Stupenhaus digging in against Ashland starting pitcher Jackson Rosenthal. First pitch swinging. Taylor made ground ball to the second baseman. Roundtree feeds Bloodworth over to Rathburn in time for the 4-6-3 double play. To the third we go. No score yet. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and 10,000.
The The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Panthers baseball on TableRockSports.net is brought to you by Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less, John L. Scott Real Estate, Travel Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission. All great partners in keeping high school athletics streaming for you. Neither team has blinked yet. We head to the top of the third inning. Thanks for tuning in to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon. Sean Thompson, Ben Bleicher, and then Keller Bloodworth due up for the Grizzlies. Kyle Cope back on the bump and delivers a first pitch strike. Foul tipped, 0-2. Called strike 3 at the knees. Kyle Cope with his third K this afternoon. One out, nobody on for Ben Bleicher. Bleicher ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Bleicher still waiting for something to hit. And that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Bleicher. And Coach Josh Moody will come out and have a conversation with Kyle Cope. We'll be back right after this with more from North Mountain Park.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Top of the third inning, a one-out walk for Ben Bleicher to turn the lineup over with a runner on for Keller Bloodworth. Bloodworth with a line drive, and it'll drop into left center field. That's our first hit of the contest. And the Grizzlies are in business with 2 on and only 1 out for the catcher, Elam Wright. Bleicher at second, Bloodworth at first. And Cope having difficulty finding the strike zone after striking out back-to-back hitters dating back to the second inning. A 3-0 count to the number 2 hitter for Ashland, Elam Wright. Cope takes a look back and now comes home and misses in the dirt for ball 3. And there is some action in the Panthers bullpen. Another big pitch here for Kyle Cope. The 3-1. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. Payoff is low. It gets by the catcher, but the runners will take their free base and nothing more. So now the bases are loaded. A walk, a single, and a walk have loaded them up for Jackson Rosenthal. This broadcast is brought to you by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 convenient locations for all of your wireless needs. A courtesy runner in for the catcher Elam Wright for Ashland. That is Noah Schrader. Courtesy running at first base for the Grizzlies. First pitch to Rosenthal misses low. Cope misses low again. Panthers in a jam here. Jackson Rosenthal, the number 3 hitter for Ashland, in a 2-0 count with the bases loaded. Bleicher at third, Bloodworth at second, Schrader at first, and that is driven to center field. Stumpenhouse coming on. He will make the catch. The throw into the infield will not be in time. It's an RBI sac fly for Jackson Rosenthal, and the Grizzlies strike first. They lead 1-0 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. That's driven deep to right, or rather to left center field. Caught in right by Havey to retire the side. So Kemper flies out. Ashland gets one across but leave two stranded. We head to the home half of the third. 1-0 Grizzlies on the John L. Scott scoreboard.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play. But not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Jackson Robertson warming up on the mound after giving his team and himself a 1-0 advantage. His RBI sac fly scoring Ben Bleicher back in the top half of this inning. Thanks for joining us here on Table Rock Sports. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon. Jake Mason, Kyle Cope, and then Cam Sewell due up for the Panthers. Mason ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Just missed, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Popped foul out of play. And the count has worked full. Popped up, shallow center field. The middle infielder's coming out onto the grass. It's the shortstop, Bloodworth, who makes the grab for the first down. 1 away, and that will bring up Kyle Cope. Fans, it's time to get back into the game. As an official, there is a critical need in all sports right now. Go to osaa.org and click on the blue Become an Official button to learn more. We hope to see you back out there soon. Pitcher versus pitcher with one out and nobody on in the home half of the third. Rosenthal to Cope, who grounds it foul off the third base side. Rosenthal set, fires, and the breaking ball dropped in beautifully by the sophomore for strike two. Cope doesn't bite, and the count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. High fastball, Cope able to get a piece. We'll do it again. Another 2-2 to Kyle Cope. High, and the count runs full. That is behind Cope, who ducks out of the way and will take a free base. Second one out walk issued in as many innings by Rosenthal. The lineup turns over. South Medford's hard-hitting second baseman Cam Sewell will step into the lefty box. Cope being held on by Rathburn at first. And a courtesy throw over there. And not even a throw, just a check for Rosenthal. Another pickoff move. Cope is back. Pop foul and out of play for strike one. Every 5 years, the Medford Parks and Rec Foundation and the Medford Sports Hall of Fame Committee add new names to the list of legendary athletes and contributors to Medford athletics. This year's induction ceremony takes place October 22nd at the Rogue Valley Country Club, and applications for the next round of inductees are available now. Pickoff throw not successful. You can pick one of these up at Cascade Athletic Supply, Pronto Print, the Santo Center, or by going online at medfordparksfoundation.org. Just high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cam Sewell with Kyle Cope at first for the Panthers. Another pickoff throw, and again Cope is back. Rosenthal trying to find the top half of that strike zone. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Another pickoff throw. This one sent Rathburn diving to the dirt to make the catch. Sewell fouls it back. Two balls and two strikes with one out and one on in the home half of the third. Thanks for tuning in to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night. Stop by Lithia Auto Superstore Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler on Highway 62 for your next ride, or visit lithiasuperstore.com. Sewell takes high, and the count is full. Ashland clinging to a one-run lead. Breaking ball, Sewell waits for it and drops it into left center for a base hit. So the Panthers get their first base hit of the contest. They now have runners on first and second with only one out. And up comes their shortstop, Jace Miller. And time has been called. We'll step away for a quick commercial break. Back with more from Ashland after this.
Time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
Welcome back to North Mountain Park. A pitching change for the Ashland Grizzlies. Warming up on the mound is freshman Evan Roden. So a sophomore as the opener for Ashland, and now Evan Roden in to face the right-handed hitting Jace Miller. Jackson Rosenthal, the starting pitcher for Ashland, stays in the game at second base, replacing Freeman Roundtree. Roden, the freshman, will face Miller with runners on first and second for the Panthers. Miller grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Roden set on the mound. His first pitch swung on and missed by Miller. Cope at second, Sewell at first for South. The 0-1 from Roden. Weakly hit ball that will die into shallow center field. The runners go station to station. The bloop base hit for Jace Miller. And the Panthers have it loaded in the home half of the third. Only one out. And here's Tanner Douglas with an opportunity to do some damage. Cope at third, Sewell at second, Miller at first. Another fastball from Roden. Douglas unable to catch up to that one. Roden misses away with the fastball. The 1-2 from Roden. Foul tipped. Douglas just able to get a piece. We'll do it again. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Bill's Glass, the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. Douglas fouls it off again, this one driven out of play. A one-out walk, and then a pair of bloop singles from Sewell and Miller have loaded the bases. The 1-2 to Douglas, fouled back again. Douglas in a battle with the freshman reliever Evan Roden. Roden trying to put Douglas away without the ball being put in play. Here's the 1-2 from Roden. Up and away. Two balls and two strikes with the bases loaded to Tanner Douglas, who sits on the breaking ball and drops it into right field. One run will score. Here comes another. It's a two-run single for Tanner Douglas. The throw went to second, the throw home in time. So as the dust settles, Douglas safe at second. 2 runs in, 1 run out at home plate. The Panthers take the lead 2-1 on the 2-run single from Tanner Douglas. Now here's Eli Havey. Good pitch from Roden, catches the inner zone for strike one. And a back pick attempt by Evan Roden had Tanner Douglas caught dead to rights, but there were no fielders covering the bag for Roden to throw to. That ball is driven to left center field, and that will get down. They're going to wave Douglas around home, and he will score. An RBI single for Eli Havey. The Panthers putting up 3 in the third. Up comes Caleb Long. Three runs on 3 hits and also a pair of walks to give South Medford the lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard. RBI single by Eli Havey over there at first base, being held on by Cooper Rathburn. The pitch home to Caleb Long. Foul tipped. Fouled off again. Driven foul again. Swing and a miss to retire the side, but not before 3 come home on the 2-run single from Tanner Douglas and the RBI single by Eli Havey. South leading 3-1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Back with more after this on Table Rock Sports.
Friends and family gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Top of the 4th inning, South Medford with a 3-1 lead over the Ashland Grizzlies. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. Jackson Robertson is into the game in relief of the starting pitcher Kyle Cope, who went 3 innings and allowed 1 run on 1 hit. Trip Rep, Mateo Moore, and Cooper Rathburn, the three penciled in for Ashland here in the top of the fourth. Ashland faithful out in droves for this home-away game. Yes, the South Medford Panthers are technically the home game in this contest, despite the game being played in Ashland's North Mountain Park. The 0-1 pitch. Rep sends it into right for a leadoff single. A runner on and nobody out for the designated hitter, Mateo Moore, who is showing bunt right out of the gate. The third baseman, Carson Joe, is even with the pitcher as the bunt is laid down and sent straight back. Quick conversation between the hitter, Mateo Moore, and his coach, Nick Hall, discussing how they want to approach this at-bat. Mateo shows bunt again. Pops it up, drops it down. Robertson never even looked at second base. May have had a play, but instead takes the sure out at first. Mateo's sacrifice is successful to push Rep to second. And we have one away. That will bring up Cooper Rathburn. Rathburn out of the reach of the shortstop, Jace Miller. And the Grizzlies got something cooking in the top of the fourth. Runners at the corners for the right fielder, Sean Thompson. Thompson shows bunt. The pitch is low. That's an interesting call, as a back pick to first is unsuccessful. Interesting call to lay down the bunt with a runner at third. Waiting on deck is Ben Bleicher. Thompson pulls the bunt attempt back. Count now 2-0. And that is driven right to the second baseman. Cam Sewell able to make the grab. Runners have to hold, and that will bring up Ben Bleicher. Bleicher scoring the lone run of the game for the Grizzlies so far, back in the third inning on an RBI sac fly off the bat of Jackson Rosenthal. Robertson misses low and away. Two on and two out. Robertson will step off the rubber. Robertson gets the inside call. And the count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trip Rep at third base with the leadoff single. Cooper Rathburn is at first. He singled as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Ben Bleicher. Runner at first takes off. The throw off the mark, but Jace Miller able to dive in front of it to keep the runner Rep at third. So a successful steal for Rathburn. 2 now in scoring position. Ben Bleicher with an opportunity to tie this game up with a base hit. Fouled off. So the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and a 2-run lead for the South Medford Panthers. Robertson kicks and fires. Fouled off again. Just inside to run the count full. Panthers infield. We're halfway into the dugout. Runner takes off and will go home and is out. A gutsy call for Ashland. It comes up empty. The runner at third trying to steal home unsuccessfully. We head to the home half of the fourth. South still leads 3-1. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
3-1 advantage South Medford on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, here on Table Rock Sports. Carson Joe, Tosh Stumpenhouse, and Jake Mason due up for the Panthers as we make our way through this Rogue Valley rivalry game. South, the home team, despite playing at Ashland. It's North Mountain Park. Carson Joe walked back in the second inning. Evan Roden with his first pitch of the fourth inning, and he hits Joe. So Joe, 2 free passes in this contest, 1 earned with his eyes, 1 earned with his backside. Now here's Tosh Stumpenhouse, starting center fielder for the South Medford Panthers. Joe back safely. Another pickoff throw. And again, Joe is back. Stumpenhouse still waiting on the first pitch from Roden, and it sails back to the backstop. Elam Wright able to pick it up and keep Joe at second. So a hit by pitch and now a wild pitch has put a runner in scoring position for South without putting a ball in play. Conversation on the mound. We'll be back right after this with more on Table Rock Sports.
365 is here to fuel all of your daily adventures. You'll find just what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chicken. Wherever your next adventure takes you, from the mountains to the coast. And our Peak Rewards app is here to help you save money on fuel. Save at least 16 cents a gallon so you can travel further on your adventures for less. Daily adventures are just better with Pinnacle 365.
Softly hit up the middle by Stumpenhouse. The throw to first is not in time. An infield single for the South Medford center fielder. The Panthers have runners on the corners with nobody out for Jake Mason. One of those balls that was hit too softly for the middle infield of Jackson Rosenthal and Keller Bloodworth to make a play on it. Danger for the Grizzlies freshman, Evan Roden. The throw to first, not in time. Carson Joe at third, Stumpenhouse at first. And here's Jake Mason looking to add to the Panthers' lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Mason. Roden set. Here's the pitch. Nope, instead, runners will retreat back to their respective bases. In there, strike 3. Big K for the freshman Evan Roden. 1 down, but still not out of the woods. Up comes Kyle Cope. Correction, that'll be Jackson Robertson, who came on for Cope on in relief and will also take his spot in the batting order. Robertson not offering on the first pitch. Robertson fouls it back. Ground ball to the shortstop. They go to second for 1 and no play at first. Rosenthal unable to get the ball out of the glove, so it is an RBI fielder's choice for Jackson Robertson. Carson Joe scores and the Panthers lead 4-1. Top of the order for the Panthers, here's Cam Sewell. Good pitch from Roden, catching the outer half. Gets ahead in the count. And that's strike 2. Roden trying to get out of the inning with minimal damage. And time is called at home by Sewell. Just off the plate. Ground ball, it hits the pitcher Roden, stays with it, the throw to first in time. Looks like Rathburn may have caught a little bit of the runner Sewell, but that will indeed retire the side. South able to get one across and leave one stranded. To the fifth we go. 4-1 Panthers on the John L. Scott scoreboard.
Even a few days to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s or test drive a new 2022 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Ram Truck Month, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Top of the fifth here at North Mountain Park in beautiful Ashland, Oregon. Thanks for joining us here on Table Rock Sports as we bring you the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon. Jackson Robertson back on the bump for another inning of relief work. And the first pitch to Ben Bleicher, fouled back for strike one. Correction, rather, that is Keller Bloodworth at the plate. That's interesting because Bleicher was at the dish in the top of the fourth inning before Trip Rep was caught trying to steal home to end the inning. Now, wisdom would tell you that Bleicher would get a chance to swing the bat again in the next inning, but that's not the case. It's Bloodworth up there. And waiting on deck is Elam Wright, the number 2 hitter. Tipped foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Popped up. Right side. Tanner Douglas waits for it in foul territory to make the grab for the first out. Every 5 years, the Medford Parks and Rec Foundation and the Medford Sports Hall of Fame Committee add new names to the list of legendary athletes and contributors to Medford athletics. This year's induction ceremony takes place October 22nd at the Rogue Valley Country Club, and applications for the next round of inductees are available now. You can pick one up at Cascade Athletic Supply, Pronto Print, the Santos Center, or by going online to the MedfordParksFoundation.org. 1 pitch, 1 out. Elam Wright grounds out to shortstop for the second time in this contest. And up comes Jackson Rosenthal. Hit to left. Coming on to make the grab is Mason in a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the home half of the fifth. South on top, 4-1. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform? Thirsty for change? Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online. and win. Yes! Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with Crispy Crunchy Chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Panthers Baseball is brought to you in part by Schlesinger de Villeneuve Attorneys, with practices throughout Southern Oregon, and by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful and civil behavior at youth sporting events. 5th inning, 4-1 South Medford. Gabe Brabeck is on in relief for the Grizzlies. He will face off against Jace Miller, Tanner Douglas, and Eli Havey. Miller almost swinging out of his shoes on that first offering. Fouls it back. Good breaking ball from Brabeck, just missed a little bit outside. Another breaking ball from Brabeck. Miller not biting. Fastball away. Breaking ball away. Miller works the leadoff walk. One on for Tanner Douglas, whose 2-run single back in the 3rd inning. The difference in this ball game right now. Brabeck checks the runner at first. Now comes home. Swing and a miss from Douglas for strike 2. Runner takes off. Douglas strikes out. The throw to second not in time. So Brabeck retires Douglas. Jace Miller steals second. One out and a runner in scoring position for Eli Havey. Havey had an RBI single to cap off the 3-run third for the Panthers. Some of the fans not happy with that last call, as that is called strike 2. Rather, 1-1. And that is a great example of how not to know your role. Barking at the official, not approved by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission and the OSAA's Know Your Role campaign. Two balls and one strike to Eli Havey. Driven to right. Past the diving Sean Thompson. One run will score. Havey headed to third on the RBI triple. It's now 5-1 South Medford. Now, Caleb Long takes ball 1. That's pumped into center field. An RBI base hit for Caleb Long to score Eli Havey. Panthers putting some distance between themselves and the Grizzlies. It's now 6-1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. This Panthers lineup so deep. You get to the number 6 hitter, and it's Carson Joe. Pick off to first. It gets by Rathburn, and that will allow Long to take second on the air. One ball and one strike to Carson Joe with a runner on second. In there for strike 2. Breaking ball just high. Count evens 2-2. Half-hearted swing by Joe. That's strike 3. Big K for Dave Brabeck. 2 down now for Tosh Stumpenhaus. Popped foul and out of play. Check swing by Stumpenhaus. And nobody covering first base. No need. Dave Brabeck shows off the wheels, able to beat Stumpenhaus to the bag and retire the side. We go to the 6th. It's 6-1 South Medford. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play. But not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Top of the 6th inning. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. Jackson Kemper to lead it off for the Grizzlies. Jackson Robertson on the mound for South, and we have a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Today's game is brought to you by our regional sponsors, including Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less. John L. Scott Real Estate, as there's a ground ball to second. And we have one away. Today's game is brought to you in part by our regional sponsors, including Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less, John L. Scott Real Estate, Travel Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission. All great partners in keeping high school athletics streaming for you. Stepping in now is Trip Rep, who singled his last time up. Takes high, ball 1 here in the 6th. Singled back in the 4th, and then was erased trying to steal home, which ended the inning. Rep fouls it back, and the count evens 1-1. One run on 3 hits, 1 error for the Grizzlies, 6 runs on 7 hits for the Panthers. In there for strike 2. Fouled back. Popped high in the air, shallow right field. The second baseman, Cam Sewell, settles under it for the second out. Make sure a visit to Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill on the banks of the Rogue River is included in your next trip to Grants Pass. First-class food and service awaits you. It's the gem of the Thomason Hospitality Group, Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill. Gabe Brabeck, who came on in relief, is now hitting in the DH Mateo Moore spot. And he's behind 0-2. Pop foul and out of play. Another 0-2 to Gabe Brabeck. Up and in. Just missed with the fastball, and the count evens 2-2. Driven to center, Stumpenhouse coming on, it stays up, and he makes the grab to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Robertson and the Panthers. To the home half we go, 6-1 South. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports.
Friends and family gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
South leading 6-1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard as we head to the home half of the 6th. New pitcher on the mound for the Ashland Grizzlies. Keller Bloodworth moves over from shortstop onto the bump, and Freeman Roundtree, who started the game at second base, is now playing shortstop. Due up for the Panthers in the home half of the 6th, Tosh Stumpenhouse, Jake Mason, and Jackson Robertson. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip. All begins with My Circle K. Jake Mason looking for his first base knock. Will lead it off for South. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to the shortstop. Freeman Roundtree into the game and makes the play. It's one of those acts of the baseball gods. You get put into a new position on the field, the ball is going to find you. Roundtree makes quick work of that ground out by Mason, and up comes Jackson Robertson. One ball and one strike to Jackson Robertson, on in relief of the starter Kyle Cope. A good off-speed pitch from Bloodworth. Robertson behind, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul tipped into the mitt, strike 3. Bloodworth records the strikeout, 2 down. The lineup turns over for Cameron Sewell. Stop by Lithia Auto Superstore, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler on Highway 62 for your next ride, or visit lithiasuperstore.com. And for all of your wireless needs, Siskiyou Cellular has you covered with 7 locations. Bloodworth missing high and away on the fastball. Sewell 1 for 3, singled and scored back in that 3-run 3rd inning. And that's in there to even the count at 1 apiece. Dropped in for strike 2. Keller Bloodworth and the Ashland Grizzlies looking for their first 1-2-3 inning since the first. Bounced in the dirt. Good effort behind the plate by Elam Wright for Ashland. Two and 2 to Cam Sewell. Softly tapped right side. Throw to first is in time. Boy, couple of great plays made by the Ashland pitching over at first base. This time it's Bloodworth covering the bag in time to retire Sewell. We go to the 7th. Final 3 outs for Ashland as they try to come back down 5. We'll be back after this on Taylor Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Top of the 7th inning. And a new pitcher in the game for the Panthers, looking to close things down. The freshman southpaw, Tristan Malari. He'll face off against Cooper Rathburn, Sean Thompson, and Ben Bleicher for the Ashland Grizzlies. Thanks for watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon here on Table Rock Sports. Rathburn 1 for 2 today, a single and a stolen base back in the 4th inning. First pitch from Malari is in the dirt. Breaking ball just inside to even the count at 2-2. Malari missing inside for ball 3, and the count runs full. Fouled back. Popped up right side. Coming in to make the catch is Eli Havey for the first out. Up now is Sean Thompson. Thompson chasing the high fastball. Unable to catch up to that one. One ball and one strike now. Driven to shallow center field, and it'll drop for a base hit. A runner on for Logan Katz into the game for Bleicher. One ball, one strike, the count. Should this score stand, the winning pitcher would be Jackson Robertson. And Jackson Rosenthal would take the loss. 2 balls and 1 strike to Logan Katz, junior for the Grizzlies. Fastball fouled back. And inches away from striking a vehicle in the parking lot. Everyone taking a collective sigh here at North Mountain Park, and that is called on the outside corner, strike 3. The Grizzlies down to their final out. We'd like to thank our executive producer, Joe Brett, our cameraman, Caleb Franklin, and the Medford School District for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon. Malari pumps the fastball in for strike 1. Keller Bloodworth, the last hope for Ashland. Here's the 1-1 to Bloodworth. Fastball, top of the zone, strike 2. And the Grizzlies down to their final strike. Malari set. Fires. Ground ball up the middle. Sewell has it and will step on second to put this game to bed. Your final from North Mountain Park. The South Medford Panthers defeat the Ashland Grizzlies 6-1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon on Table Rock Sports. We'll catch you next time.